So, I just finished reading The Prince by Machiavelli, and as I said, I will do some book reviews from now on. And I just finished reading this book on Kindle, and I just signed it Kindle Unlimited, the free trial for 10 months. And my impressions, like right after finishing reading it, is it's a good book for when he talks about leadership. It is a good book because Machiavelli talks a lot about some things that are not relevant today, like how to keep a fortress and if it is useful or not for a prince, or he talks about some invasions and how can a prince manage to keep their principalities safe, and how to be not hatred and very other this don't make any sense, and much other things. But I think that between chapter, I think that's 19 and 21, like the best middle chapters, when he talks about not being hatred. I think that these middle chapters, when he finished talking about war, and before he starts to talking about other things, when he talks about how to choose as friends, how to maintain the people calm, like how to make the people around you like you. And like in resume, he talks about leadership. If you put what he was saying in the, I don't know how to say this, but the year is 15,030. I don't know if it is correct, but it is like way in the past. If you put what he was saying at the time for nowadays, I think that these middle chapters, when he talks about leadership and everything that I just said, it is like the most useful things. The other are not that useful, but you can understand, you can adapt some things that he say on the first chapters, the first 18 chapters of the book. But these middle ones are the best. And when he talks about the lion and the fox and how to manage between that, to not being hatred, but at the same time being feared and loved. And I think that as someone who wants to be a leader someday of a team, or a, I just forgot the fucking word again. And on the first video I said that I didn't know the word for enterprise, like the correct way to say that, and I just forgot the word again. But it is a freaking easy word. Why do I forget that? But yeah, as someone who wants to be a leader someday, I think this metaphor he does is very important. And yeah, it is a good book if you know how to adapt what he was saying in the past to nowadays. If you manage to do this, I think it is worth reading. If you in the first chapters it can be difficult because he says a lot of names of different people and principalities and a lot of things. But if you can go through these first 5 or 6 chapters, it will become it will become much easier to read because you get used to the terminology and everything. And I think the climax is the middle ones that I said, and the last ones are short chapters talking about specific things like the fortress, as I said. And it is it is a good you can enjoy that easily because of, as I said before, you get used to how he talks about things. And to finish, yes, it is a good book. It is worth reading. Yes.